that the team gonna lead us again Sunday. Got fans all here, we have no fear. Gonna repeat as champs this year. We are the pack. We are the pack. Buddy, you're a Reggie good man, leading with your heart, gonna put up a win Sunday. They got white in their face, he plays with grace, kicking their butts all over the place. We are the pack. We are the pack. Buddy, you're a head coach, hey Mike, won't you tell me what you're thinking about the game Sunday? Got smile on your face, love this place, feels pretty good when you're winning the race. We are the pack. Louder! We are the pack. I said louder! We are the pack. Everybody now.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Good morning, Madison. Doesn't that get you in the football mood? Tom Garrett's here. It's 9:03. You are listening to WSUM 91.7 FM, UW Student Radio. Yes, it is. It is July 20th, folks. Seems like a long, long time ago when we were freezing cold watching our Packers, man. Couldn't pull it out in the championship game, but here we are, man. Next Sunday, training camp opens up. And you know what? 2 weeks from today, we'll be watching the Packers. It's the family game on August 3rd. So, yes, finally arrived here. So, again, good morning, everybody out there. Hey, come on down to Madison today. If you're in the vicinity or any students, it's Maxwell Street Days. We'll be right out in front of the station selling T-shirts. We got CDs for $1, some bottled water out there. I don't know if anybody's been around State Street lately in Madison, but it's been all redone. They dug it all up, and we're right outside across from State Street Brats by Urban Outfitters. Jennifer and the gals I know are out there right now. It's from 10 to 5. So show on up, support WSUM, and say hello to some of the DJs and some of the people in the station. They'll be out there working hard. So, all right. Now, getting back to what the latest is going on around here. I've been trying to play this, but let me see if I can get this baby to work. No. Stop that. See, Tommy's got to do all the production by himself here. So, this is what I have a feeling of the whole Brett Favre scene. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yes, folks, it is a soap opera. It's the first thing I thought of 2 weeks ago. This is All My Children, I believe. Yes, it is. And that is what this is. Yes, Brett, it is All My Children. I tell you. You know, Brett was in Green Bay last night. He went to the Hall of Fame ceremony for Frankie Bag of Donuts Winters, his center in the glory days for us in the 90s, to put him into the Hall of Fame up there in GB, and Mr. Gilbert Brown, the grave digger. And, Brett showed up last night. He was there with a lot of ex-teammates, and well, one good thing, of course, Thompson was there, McCarthy, and they were all sitting together, and from what I'm reading, everybody got along really well. I want to know, why didn't they sit down and get together and let's hash this baby out? You know, Brett, as far as I'm concerned, just come back to the team. Don't worry about being a starter. Don't worry about being a backup. Be a Packer. So, to lead into that a little bit, I want to play some of the interview with Greta Van Susteren, the lady from Fox. She's an Appleton native. You know, Deanna Favre called her for the interview. Now, isn't that just sweet? She gets a Wisconsinite up there, or down there in Mississippi, a season ticket holder. Maybe she's a stockholder. But that's like rigging the table or rigging the cards, you know? Having one of your homies. It's like me interviewing Brett. Hold on there before I go to that. I got a call here on the guest line. Somebody wants to maybe rap in about this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. You want to chime in about Brett Favre?
Is this the Packer Talk station?
Yeah, working on it.
Okay, sure.
So
are we on the air now?
Yeah, we are on the air. So you got to be good now.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at the sports section of today's paper.
Sure.
Front section says the Prince to the rescue. This is a Brewer story.
Okay, we're going to go. I like that.
I like that headline on here. He hit that big home run yesterday.
Yeah, he hit it into the McCovey Cove, into the water.
Right, yeah. It says that he would like to get the ball back, but they said they would have to have a water transport to go out there and get it for him. But maybe someone will give him a ball. That's water soaked.
Yeah, I didn't see the game, but I saw the highlight of that home run, and after he swung, he just kind of like stood there and Babe Ruth-like.
Right, yeah. That was quite a victory. And then it says the standings right now, the Brewers are 3 games out of first place.
Right, and, the trade that we had 2 weeks ago, CC Sabathia, he's 3-0 with him.
Right, yes. He had 2 complete games, and 3 wins since he's been with the Brewers. That's fantastic.
The interesting also part about him, he can hit the ball.
Right.
He hit a home run.
Yes, right. And I think he got a double in that game Friday night.
Did he really?
Yes. The first time at bat, he got a double. Yeah.
And he comes from the American League, and he didn't even hit over there.
Yeah, right. And it talked about in the paper that after that game, Ryan Braun, and Prince Fielder were looking at some gadget they got so they can watch their hitting and to see if they're doing anything wrong. Mm-hmm. And CC came over to the bench and took a look at it, and he wanted to see where he could correct his swing. So that was all going on in the dugout when the game goes on.
Right.
Quite interesting. Yeah, they're exciting.
Well, who's pitching today for the Crew? Is it Bush?
No, it's Manny Parra.
Manny Parra, okay.
Bush is not going to pitch until they get back home.
Okay.
I read that in the paper that Ned Yost is going to keep him and just pitch him at home on the homestand because that's where he's so effective. At least I like his thinking, because if he puts him in the game on the road, it may screw him up, and it may take a while for him to get it corrected. So he's in the bullpen. They'll use him from the bullpen if they need. But the starting, he won't be until they come back home, and they'll be a week from Monday home for a homestand, and the first 4 games are the Cubs.
Ooh, that's the big Cubs series, huh?
Right, so we'll probably see him in that series. Probably the first game will be CC, and then Sheets, and then probably Bush. Something like that.
Well, that's when we can overtake them Cubbies.
I think they're going to do it before then.
Before that, huh?
Right. They got the Cardinals 4 game against Cardinals first.
Oh, okay.
That's even a bigger series.
I don't know if you read that. I read somewhere there's another trade speculating. They were talking about a second baseman or something like that.
Yeah, Ryan Durham from the Giants.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
The right. They were working on a trade for him. They get a left-handed bat. While he plays second base.
Oh, okay.
So that would give them some relief for Ricky Weeks when he's down. But yeah, it looks like it's a very good possibility.
Now, speaking of baseball, did you happen to watch the All-Star game?
Yeah. Yes.
A friend of mine told me it was kind of a boring game.
Well, yeah, it was. Up until it just went on and on and on.
Right. But let's get back into like the opening ceremony. Especially to see Robin Yount and Paul Molitor and all those Hall of Fame players there.
Right. It was good the way they set that up with all those retired All-Star Hall of Famers. That's what they were. They were All-Star players in their days, and then they're in Cooperstown.
Right.
And all those guys in their positions were introduced, and then the current team on the field, those players then went to each one of their positions and were introduced. I thought that was a neat way to do it.
Well, yeah, for all my half a listener out there, let me explain how that went. Like you mentioned, they put all the players, the first base Hall of Famers are at first base, second base, shortstop, and then they introduced the starting players to come out there by him. But the one that I thought was very interesting is Paul Molitor. He didn't have a position. He had his own position.
Oh, designated hitter.
Well, yeah, they had him like in center field behind second. Yeah, he's Well, Molly was like third baseman, DH, played the outfield for a while.
Right.
He was jack of all trades.
Right. When he went to Toronto, that's a position he played a lot. When he went to the Twins, also. So he was a DH and all-star player that's in the Hall of Fame.
Right. So I just thought that was funny because I was hoping when they got around to the shortstop that you'd see Robin, and he did. And then I'm like, well, maybe Molly's there. And then, oh, yeah, there he is. He was all by himself.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That was great. It was a great game, and too bad the American League won again, because if the Brewers get in World Series, they won't have that home field advantage.
Well, that game at the National League, they had their chances, and so did the American League. I think American League, they had like 27 runners in scoring position.
Right, yeah.
And the American League did get robbed, though, because I don't know exactly what inning it was. It was maybe the 10th or something like that, but they threw the guy out at home plate. And he was actually safe.
Okay.
He was safe, but
I didn't see that. That's part of the game that I missed. The end of it. It was too long.
Well, yeah, it went 15 innings. It was the longest All-Star game in history.
Right.
4 hours and 50 minutes.
Right. Yep. Right. But anyway, Brewers look great. Starting off good after the All-Star break. They got 3 wins in a row. They won their last game before the break, and the first 2. So they got a streak going.
And the Cubs, I think, have lost 4 in a row.
Correct. Right. The Cubs are struggling on the road. The Brewers struggle on the road, but for some reason they turned it around this year, and a good reason.